Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Shay, aka Chaplain G, coming back at you, man, with another word of encouragement for today. Yo, happy Monday. So glad you guys are tuning in. Thank you all for the love and support. It's been really cool getting these out, getting the word out. And I look forward, man, to more people hearing about what we're doing here. So today I wanted to talk to y'all, bring y'all a word of encouragement about the importance of morality. So I've been having a lot of conversations with folks lately and letting them know, like, because folks that are coming up now are living in a reality where morality and ethics are kind of to each his own. Morality is relative in a way. Like what I find morally acceptable does not necessarily apply to you. And I've been having these conversations because I would disagree with that. I think the way we treat morality, the way we treat ethics, what you do with your life as an individual has a lasting impact on the culture at large. So just because you can make an individual choice with your life, that doesn't mean it doesn't affect me. What you do with your individual life has lasting impact on everyone else. And of course, folks disagree with that. But I think the encouragement that I would give to everybody is to really investigate it. What you do with your individual life starts to impact everything else around you. So we're in the military, right? Our core values in the Air Force are integrity first, service before self, and excellence in everything we do, right? If there was no set standard of morality, if everybody got to decide what integrity meant for them, integrity for me might be something different for you, man, we wouldn't get anywhere. Like our military would start to crumble. We understand what integrity is because there's a set standard of that integrity. There's a set cultural ethic that we abide by. And that starts to have lasting impact. So we can see that integrity and moral and ethics and all those kind of things, they're not relative, they're set. And as I'm looking through the scriptures, right, this goes on to our personal lives too. What we do with our personal lives affects everyone else. So I was looking in Colossians chapter 3, and it's giving these generalized, overarching ethics. So this is a letter that the Apostle Paul wrote to the church, to the house churches that were residing in Colossia. And he's giving them some practical tips on what it looks like to live in a culture that was morally and ethically bankrupt. He says, I don't want y'all to live that way. I want y'all to live in a better standard than that. Like I'm giving you a new set of ethical standards to abide by because they're actually how life works best. And so check out what he says, man. He said, put some of these things to death. Like, don't even toy around with them anymore. He talks about like sexual immorality. For those of you who know my tagline, when you see me around the base, you'll keep it in your pants. Like he talks about putting to death sexual immorality, impurity, passion, evil desire, covetousness. That's wanting what everybody else got, right? He says, put away stuff like anger, wrath, malice, slander, obscene talk. Stop lying to each other. Put on something new, he says. He says, put on as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved. So for those who cling to God, Paul says that you are chosen, holy, and beloved. He says, put on compassionate hearts, kindness, humility, meekness, patience. Bear with one another. If somebody has a complaint, forgive each other. God forgave you, forgive other people. He says, put on love, and love is the thing that binds everything together. If you ever had like a good gumbo and you got your roux, you got all these vegetables and rice and meats and everything else, and it's the roux that binds everything together that just gets your jowls salivating. That's what Paul is talking about. He says, let love bind everything together. Live in the peace of Christ, he says. Paul is saying, have these ethical standards about yourself. Have this this humility, this meekness, this patience. Have that as you face the world, because we start to live in a culture that is opposite of those things. And man, all you got to do is take a look around. You could see it. You can see it on TV. You could walk down the street and see it, that people are against one another. They got beef. It's like they can't get together. And Paul says the remedy to that is kindness, compassionate hearts, forgiving one another, just like God forgave you. And love, and binding all those things together with love. It's not just forgiveness for the sake of forgiveness. It's bound together by this love that makes us actually care about other people. If you find yourself in a place today where you're just like, man, I just don't understand what's going on in the world. I don't even understand what's going on in my own self. Like I'm just not liking people. I walk around, some people call it RBF. Like you just got stuff going on with your face, and you're like, man, I don't want to live like this. This is the remedy. Living in this way is the remedy. If you're seeing stuff, the way stuff is going in culture, and you're like, I just don't like it. I don't like where we are. I don't like having to argue with my neighbors. My neighbors might be in a different political party, but I still want to love them. Paul says, do this. Come at them with humility and meekness, and live your life in a way that has some ethical standards to it, some actual, not relative ethical standards, some actual ethical and moral standards. And you'll start to see your life change around, and you'll start to see culture change around. And that's what we want. That's what we need. The direction we're headed for self-implosion, and I don't think any of us wants that. So my encouragement to you is put on these things as God's chosen, holy, and beloved people. Put these things on, and let's start to change our lives and the lives of everyone else that's around us. Man, I love y'all. I hope y'all doing good. It's just a short blip for today. If y'all got any questions about it, because this is heavy stuff, there's some words in there that I'm sure y'all probably probably disagree with. That's cool. Let's chop it up. You know where to get a hold of me. Until next time, grace and peace.